We begin with Jurassic World Dominion. 4 years after the destruction of Isla Nublar, dinosaurs now live and hunt alongside humans all over the world. This fragile balance will reshape the future and determine once and for all whether human beings are to remain the apex predators on the planet they now share with history's most fearsome creatures in a new era, starring Christopher Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, Laura Dern, Sam Neill, DeWanda Wise, Mamadou Athie, Isabella Sermon, with the incomparable Jeff Goldblum, and as always, BD Wong.
Yes.
Thoughts?
Okay, so this is how I like this movie. This is what I'll do it this way. I will ask a bunch of questions and then answer them myself. Did I have low expectations for this movie? Yes. Was I excited about this movie? Actually, not really.
You weren't excited?
I was not excited. I did not like the second one of this series at all, really. Like, it didn't do much more. The first one I thought was really good. I actually thought the first one was really good. Mm-hmm. Did I have any idea what this movie is going to be about? No.
Dinosaurs.
Well, you hoped it was about dinosaurs, but was I expecting locusts to be the main theme of this movie? No, because it wasn't set in Cleveland during the summer.
Midges. Those are midges. Okay.
Same thing.
They're not.
Same thing.
It's not in the summer. Okay. It's not in the summer. It's in unseasonably warm falls.
That's all that made me think of. It was literally what I thought about. Like, literally a second this was the thing. I was like, I just remember just seeing pictures. Just
Java
like
Chamberlain
just like wiping the midges away. And I was like, oh my God, this is Jurassic. This is Jurassic World Dominion. I was losing my mind over that. Did
Jurassic World Cleveland.
Did Janie and I laugh at parts where only the two of us were laughing and everyone else was like scared or freaked out? Many times, uncountable amount of times. We laughed at things that we just went hilarious about. Was this movie about dinosaurs? No.
Not really.
No, it wasn't.
Not really.
Oh, was this an action movie?
Sort of.
So I came out of this and like I did the pose and you can I got two thumbs up.
Yeah.
But because I'm just doing the thing. But I don't even know. This is kind of where I'm at because because I was like, this is the thing. Like, I had a lot of fun. Like, we had a great time because it's like this movie was so fucking crazy. Like, it just wasn't good from the beginning. Like, the news report at the beginning was so cheesy. And I'm like, this is and I like look over at you, I'm like, this is great. And it's like somebody might have heard me and be like, does he actually think this is great? Like, it's like, no, because it's like, this is dumb. Like, we're already off to the races on the stupidity of it. It's like, dinosaurs, will they take? And you're like, oh, this is going to be a dinosaur movie. Like, you're like, because it's Jurassic Park. You're like, this is a dinosaur movie. And Jurassic Park, the original movie, is one of the all-time great movies. I mean, 100%. Just 100%, like, will not deny that. And like I said, I thought the first movie of this series was actually
very
really good too.
Yep. I agree.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. And then this movie just doesn't make any sense, which I love. And it actually brought me back, Brenton. Remember when blockbusters in the summer just didn't make any sense, but they made hundreds of millions of dollars because it was just like fireworks? And it was like, this is a movie that if this happened in 1997 makes, whatever it's the biggest moneymaker of the year. It gets average reviews. It's just movie's not getting average. It's getting below average reviews or whatever, because everyone's just judging it off of everything else. But like, it doesn't matter. Like, you never factor in these movies beyond anything. And then when you see them. And so this was so funny to me. Like, my favorite scene in this movie is when the dinosaur is on the plane and then the bike takes him out. Janie and I lost it. I wish I could have paused the movie right here because I was laughing so hard at how stupid that was. And then I had this visual in my head. I was like, I hope the dinosaur lands on the motorcycle on the land and just starts cruising along on the motorcycle. That's what I was hoping. Because like that's where this movie was at, where it's like maybe they'll show a scene of this dinosaur on a motorcycle just cruising along the land. It's crazy. I mean, the plot is it's locusts taking over, it's people backstabbing people. It literally doesn't matter. Honestly, like whatever we say won't spoil it for you. It's crazy. I think it might be the craziest movie I've watched in a long time, based on like there's nothing going on, but I had a great time. Like I absolutely had a fantastic time because I just wanted more stupid shit to happen. The more stupid shit to happen, it was great. On that end.
So far it's made 500 million.
Yeah, it's crushing
worldwide. So that's worldwide.
Worldwide.
I can remember scenes. So I saw it on Sunday. Okay. So it's been,
So Tuesday.
I can remember scenes, but I could not tell you anything about this movie.
No, nobody can. People in it can't tell you anything about it.
To be fair, like Sam Neill doesn't even know like what fucking movie he's in anymore. Like he did Thor Ragnarok and he didn't even know he was in Thor Ragnarok.
Nope.
Like that's not even like that's like
actually verbatim.
I think that he has said that. Or at the very least, he was just like, I don't know what's happening here. And he'll be back for Love and Thunder, so that's gonna be awesome.
Hell yeah.
So like actually trying to make sense of this a little bit. I thought that when you bring back, okay, so I'm gonna compare this to Ghostbusters Afterlife. Okay. Ghostbusters Afterlife and Top Gun Maverick very tastefully brought back old characters. I mean, you can't make a Top Gun movie without Tom Cruise, but Ghostbusters very
I'd argue you should make most movies without Tom Cruise.
Can we not? we want to try to keep the time on this one down. Ghostbusters very tastefully reused, Aykroyd and Murray and everything. And it didn't steal anything from the main plot. And part of the reason why was because they were left till the very end. Paul Rudd was doing himself as he does. McKenna Grace was awesome. So on and so forth. As soon as Laura Dern, Sam Neill, and Jeff Goldblum were on screen, I didn't give a shit about Chris Pratt anymore. No. And I think that speaks to how powerful the original Jurassic Park movie was. And like you said, iconic. If you made a list of like the most important movies of all time, it probably lands in the top 10. And
I don't even think it's I think it is one of the most important movies of all time. I really do. 100%. I would put it in top 5 for me, actually.
Important, favorite, blah, blah, blah.
Important.
Yeah. Top 10. I don't know about top 5. But I just didn't care anymore. And like the plot didn't make any friggin' sense anyway with them. No. You know what I mean? And so like it was almost like, they're the stars of this trilogy and they completely took a backseat. And I as we're talking and everything and we're leaving the theater, Melissa said, what'd you think? I said, my number one thought leaving this movie is that I can only hope to one day be as cool as Jeff Goldblum. Like that was it. That's the only thing. That was my thoughts on the movie.
Have I told my story on here about seeing
Goldblum? Him? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. Okay. I always think about that every time now. I just think about that. And
he's just,
right. He's so cool. Apartments. I was expecting an apartments.com commercial. I was disappointed I didn't get that, but it happens.
He's just, he's reached the point in his career that he's just get Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
In anything he's in, which is completely fine.
He's also just always been Jeff Goldblum in everything.
Yeah. I will say there were like nice callbacks, like when he had the shirt unbuttoned.
Yeah.
And some of the other things, but it just, I think honestly, the biggest mistake that this movie made was, we joked and said this wasn't a movie about dinosaurs, but the biggest mistake that they made was they continue to use this formula of, It's people, and they're trapped in something with dinosaurs, and they have to figure out a way to get out, but the dinosaurs can't get out. So it's just they have to figure out a way to get out. And the problem with that is how, like we joked, Locust, Cleveland, Jurassic Park, Cleveland, how much more fun would it have been if they had to figure out a way to stop dinosaurs from just freaking tearing Cleveland apart?
Well, that was the thing. Like, to be in the movie set you up with this, where like dinosaurs like throwing cars off the road and stuff, and it was just like,
right.
I didn't think this deep about it in the movie, because I was just like, honestly, I said I had a good time watching this movie because it's so stupid,
right?
And like sometimes you need that, but it's like if you actually like critically think about this, which I don't know if we should, it's one of those things. But it's just like, if this was a movie where it's just like we have to stop them from like tearing down New York.
Yeah. Well,
it's a better
dinosaurs
movie.
In the world. Like that's what they set you up for. That's what they set you up with the sequel.
And then it's literally not the world at all. It's just one spot.
The same thing.
In the middle of nowhere that nobody cares about. And,
and
with like this crazy guy.
Society. And then it had like generic evil Steve Jobs.
Well, and this is how I compared him in my brain. I haven't said this out loud because I wanted to say it for the podcast. It's as if Steve Jobs grew up to be Mark Zuckerberg. And I know that sounds weird, but it's the way it was. It's like it's a person like Steve Jobs who only had good intentions. Yeah. Grew up to be Mark Zuckerberg, who like we don't know what his intentions are. Right. That was literally the guy. And it was like it was freaking me out.
And I like to call back to the Barbasol can with the Wayne Knight.
Sure,
scene.
yeah.
The spitters and everything. And I really disliked the fact that BD Wong's character got like a mini redemption arc, because I swear to God, no Jurassic Park movie aside from this one has an ending other than him sneaking off with dinosaur embryos. Like, right. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like all of a sudden now he's a good guy. I didn't really buy that. I know in the book that character dies. So the fact that his character, and spoilers for a 30-year-old novel, but
it's older than that, bro. It's older than us, I think.
It's not. It's not.
It's close to our age. It's close to our age. It's an old book.
I know we talked about it at some point.
Yeah. That was weird. I mean, it was just like, I don't know. I think what needs to happen is like we need to just end Jurassic Park.
1990.
Okay. So 32 year.
Not quite 32. It was November 20. Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was older than that but whatever. My friends was just around for a long time. Yeah. We just need to either end it or like figure it out.
Well, I think at this point they've said this trilogy's over.
This is it. This is done. This is done with that.
And if they roll something out, I would like them to maybe. And that was the thing. Like, it seemed to follow the same arc as the original trilogy, where the first one's good, the second one's not super great, and then the third one's just laughably bad. Right. And so, they took a lot of time between Jurassic Park 3 and Jurassic World, and I think that that's something that they need to do again. Just
refresh it.
Go back to the drawing board. And honestly, like, I think the reason why Jurassic Park and Jurassic World work so well is because they're just contained. And I think that by expanding it to the whole world, they couldn't figure out a way to curate that. And so then they just keep hammering it down into, well, you're in this area. Yeah. And it's like, well, that's not what you set us up for. I mean, and I will say too, the dinosaurs looked bad.
They did look bad.
Like a lot of them, when they were the scene where they were trying to escape like that cave and they were just using shots, I bet you those were practical effects and they looked bad.
They were not good.
So Jurassic
I thought they were like, I honestly thought they were like animatronic.
That's what I mean.
That's what that's what I thought in the movie. I thought they were fake. And I was like, they're just trying to scare people.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like, I felt like, because the original Jurassic Park, there was no CGI, and so that was all animatronics and practical effects.
They looked awesome.
Those dinosaurs look better than the ones in this movie.
So what are we rating this? What are we rating this?
Brent? I can't give this anything higher than a 4.
I was gonna give it a 5.
Yeah,
I was gonna give it a 5.
It
was just like because I was entertained. Yeah. Because but because it was bad.
I don't. Here's my thing.
I laughed so much at stupid things. Like when the fucking locust was on fire in the sky, Janie and I were like losing our minds because it was like, this is so dumb.
Right.
And so like it's a movie. Janie says she would
the
rewatch it
plane.
again in the theaters because it's so bad. And it's like that's kind of the thing. Like I think this goes down maybe 10 years from now. It's like one of those like cult movies. I think it's a cult
don't
movie
know.
for being bad, where people like dress up as like fire locusts and shit because it's not a dinosaur movie. And this whole fucking thing has always been about dinosaurs.
I don't understand how they crashed the plane in the ice.
No.
And they got out of the plane. Nary a scratch to be found on either character.
Well, sure.
Not even the most.
Well, he is Star-Lord.
Is she? I mean, they didn't have like not even a rug burn.
No, I know.
And he just gets out and strikes an action pose, like an action guy pose. I was just like,
you know what's funny is like we made fun of
this.
like before Uncharted came out, like there was all the things about Tom Holland just doing like action poses. And like I don't even remember the action poses in that movie. This movie was nothing but action poses.
Uncharted was significantly better than this movie.
Oh my god. It's not even close.
It's
not
really
even close
not
to me.
No.
It's crazy.
It's yeah. So 4.5 out of 10.
I recommend it if you just want to laugh.
I mean, if you're a fan of the series, I think there's enough Easter eggs and callbacks. And Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum like make this watchable.
They're good.
Yeah, they're themselves. I mean, they're the characters. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They don't miss a beat. It's just the writing in this.
There's no plot, and
is
it's
atrocious.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's bad.